Dr. Mark Changizi here, there's Science Moment. Today I'm going to talk about good intent. And as you know, I've talked about good intent before, and that most of the time, outside of criminal circumstances, robbers, rapers, murderers and so forth, and the stuff that FBI is going after, that kind of thing, socio-political movements always believe that they're doing good. They have good intent. A narrative will emerge, in fact, sort of evolve over time, justifying why their aims and their actions are righteous. Now, of course, they may not have good intent towards those in the out-group, right? They may justify, hurting them, harming them, firing them, banishing them, maybe even worse. All that will be justified for the good, right? So I'm not saying they have good intent for every individual that's out there, of course not. But their intentions overall are good, right? They have good intent. Now, some people say, look, boy, don't give them that. Like, I'm not giving them anything. Let's try to walk this through another way. Let's suppose that they were to say, well, in my defense, 2 + 2 = 4. Now, why am I saying this, right? That movements have good intent is a tautology. They always have good intent. So for them to engage in bad behavior of a certain kind that we might say is evil, it is evil, and they say, well, we had good intent. Well, that's the same thing as saying, well, that 2 + 2 = 4. It is a tautology, that it is basically a mathematical truth that they will always believe that they're doing good. That's the nature of socio-political movements. It provides no defense for them to say, well, I thought I was doing good. Well, of course they did, right? So if I tell you that, don't think of these people as mustachio-twiddling people on the outside, puppeteering, trying to do evil, trying to acquire power for power's sake, to rake in money, to get more money, and things like this, rather than trying to do good by some righteous grand scheme. No, they always have a righteous grand scheme of good, right? But that provides no defense because every socio-political movement believes they're doing good. That is the nature of it. So this does not defend them, and don't confuse it as a defense. This is just the physics of it in some sense. This is just the nature of reality, that they will think that. It is like them defending themselves saying, well, 2 + 2 = 4. It provides no defense. It's just a tautology, right? But it's important to realize that they believe they have good intent, or in fact do have good intent, because if you don't believe that, you start believing in things that are violating tautologies. You know what a violation of a tautology is? It's a contradiction. You're believing in something that's not just false, but logically impossible, right? When you pose that, oh, well, my sociopolitical opponents didn't have good intent, they're out to do the non-righteous. They want to just accumulate money for the sake of money, just acquire power for the sake of power. But look, you're basically now saying 2 + 2 = 5. Right? Now, 2 + 2 = 4. This does not provide a defense for them. It's just saying some tautological truth. There's no reason to say, well, I don't want to say that they're even intending to be good. No, all you're doing is admitting that 2 + 2 = 4. It provides them nothing. There's no need to commit to the view that 2 + 2 = something besides 4 to say that they're evil. Culpability goes way beyond whether they have good intent in the societal context. You can see a nice playlist on culpability at my Science Moment channel, which I think helps a lot. And that was your Science Moment. Get yourself a copy of Dr. Tim Barber and my new, highly censored book, Expressly Human, Decoding the Language of Emotion. And give us support at the Free Expression Research Institute, freex.group.